Welcome to another episode of Flag to Flag Media Live, your go-to source for racing coverage at every level of the sport. From local short tracks to regional series and the biggest national events, we've got you covered flag to flag. Each week, we break down the latest results, spotlight upcoming races, and bring you the news every fan needs to know. Strap in, because we're about to fire things up. This is Flag to Flag Media Live. Enjoy the show.
All right, we're live with episode 102 of Flag to Flag Media Live. We got a big show tonight. We got the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame 2025 class induction, which that's probably going to take a lot of our time.
I would say the majority.
But first and foremost, Loose Nuts Racing or Loose Nuts Club Racing. Thanks for joining us. Gina, thanks for joining us. Hey, Josh. Hey, Chris. Hey, Dean. Hopefully we got a bunch of viewers tonight.
Better make sure they can hear us.
Can you all hear us?
Sometimes we run into that.
Well, it's happened more than once. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Make sure that everything's good to go. I hate to get halfway through the Hall of Fame ceremony and then nobody can even hear it.
Somebody said the audio wasn't working.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Josh says, yes, you're good.
Good deal.
Okay, so most of you, we're going to kind of start the show off on a kind of a sad note. But if you've not, most people that's probably watching this has already heard. But if you've not heard, the racing world lost Greg Biffle and his family today. So, make sure you keep them in your thoughts and prayers. So it's one of them kind of deals where I've seen everybody posting about it on social media, and I'm like, man, I don't know what to believe anymore. What's true, what's not true. But when I seen Cletus post it,
yeah,
I knew
for
for sure that it had happened. So
prayers to all those guys.
Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And Biffle and Cletus were definitely a pair. So I know I've watched a lot of their YouTube videos, and so it's a bad deal. So, all right, let's get into this evening's episode. So what we're going to do is we and JT talked about this before the show, but so this is our fourth episode. Or this is our fourth
I screwed that up. I've been telling everybody it was the fifth. Well, I think it's because we put 10 in the first time, and I seen the names. And
well, I told everybody 5 too. So
next year will be our fifth one. We'll have to make it special,
right? So this is technically our fourth class to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The first year we did 10, which our first year was 2022. The second year we did 6 was 2023. Last year we did 5. This year we're doing 5. But we've not really had like a rundown of like who's in the Hall of Fame
right?
On our previous shows. So JT and I are going to go over who's actually been inducted out of the 3 classes so far to be inducted. Then we'll get into the 2025 class. I know JT, if this is your first time watching the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame induction show, JT has a lot of stuff written out about each inductee, which is great. I've put together a picture slideshow thing of pictures that JT sent me. Not really a slideshow, but it's what do you call that?
I don't know, but like a collage. It looks really good.
It
looks really good.
So we're going to get into that. Just so everybody is aware, so tonight is the Hall of Fame show. We are going to take the next 2 weeks off. So we're taking off Christmas Day is a week from today. We're taking off Christmas Day. We're going to take off New Year's Day. And then we will be back January the 8th to kick off the 2026 season. So at the end of the show, I'll announce some sponsor stuff we got coming up. JT and I are excited to announce, and I'll get into more at the end of the show, but we got some new segments coming to the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about those, actually.
About that. So, yeah. Before we get started, and if he's watching tonight, I'll just grab that check down there.
Oh, yeah. I'm tired of hearing his mouth
about this. So Grant was the winner of the Xbox series we play every winter. So there's your check, Grant. If you're watching this or you come in late, there's your check. It's finished. It's done.
Thanks, P3 Graphics, for an awesome. They do it every year for me for the check. This is the last year that I'm president of this winter series. I passed it over to Grant, and he's running it this year. So if he wins it, there'll probably be some controversy.
Oh, there will be some controversy. Cheating. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Grant, we're tired of listening to you gripe about it. There's
Congratulations. We tried to find a way to get to cheat you out of it. Couldn't find it.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on, Randy? Hey, Jeff. Hey, Mike, Dean, Gina.
Wow, got a lot of
family.
viewers already.
It's just Landon Nestor from Sports Drum, Smack Talkers, Rainbow 57N. I raced at the Nationals at Thunder Valley.
Yeah.
Well, I remember you. We definitely appreciate you tuning in. Gina said prayers of family. Christy said, hey, all. And Gina's telling Mike hi. So, do you want to go ahead? So it's 8:06. We're going to get into this. Let's go ahead and let's announce the inductees from previous years.
Yeah, and I'd like to go over how we get them in there again too, if that's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Okay. So first year we put in 10 to get it going. Every year after that, the goal was 5. In 2023, I had 6 because I couldn't get anybody to break the tiebreaker. Every time I'd have somebody else would vote, it would just, they either vote for both of them or vote for neither of the guys that were tied. And then I ended up just saying, I can't find anybody else to vote. So I put 6 in, but I don't pick them personally. I let anybody vote that wants to vote. This is the most voters we've ever had in a year. And I'm not complaining, and it's perfectly fine. Some of the people that voted, I don't think understood that it's been a thing for a while, because there was a lot of people that just raced at which we appreciate everybody that raced at our Crown Vic Dirt Nationals, but we're trying to get people in from previous years. So like in the past, not just raced that one race, but that's fine. I still counted that vote. I didn't take anybody's vote away. So everybody that got a vote's on and I'm going to read those after. So you guys kind of got an idea, maybe here's some names you'd forgotten and help you vote for next year. But the way I did it is if you wanted to vote, you got with me, or I had your name on a list. I sent you what I wanted. You sent me 5 to 10 names. I put those 5 to 10 names on a paper, and whoever gets the most people to say their name gets in. So that's how we do it. That's the fairest way I can think to do it. And I made a post this year, which I thought would maybe get me a couple extra voters. It got me like extra 10 voters. So we had a lot of people vote, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that so many people cared enough to take time to vote. So very appreciative to all you guys. I know a lot of you that voted are watching. So after you guys voted in the 5 that had the most votes, because it was really close again at the end. Luckily, the last guy that voted for one of the people I needed voted for. So that broke my tie, so I didn't have to put 6 in this year. I got a hold of, which is really, really hard, because some of these people I never seen race. They either passed away before I was around, or they were racing somewhere else when I came around. You know, I've only been there since 95, so I don't remember everybody, but luckily I had enough sources to get me in touch with people I need to get in touch with, and everybody that was a source that helped me. I'm sure most of you guys are watching. It's very much appreciated, because I couldn't get this info without you. And a lot of you guys, a lot of these people that are getting voted in tonight are watching and don't know they're going to get it voted in. So
yeah, that's what I like about it.
We try to surprise them if we can. It's not always possible, but we do our best. But I'm going to read the people what we got in. And if I remember what they did, I'll tell you what they did. 2022 was our first year. We put in Dwayne Brown as a mini sprint champion, won a bunch of races up there. Jeff Rock and Roll, he was a mini stock champion, won a bunch of races up there. Ronnie Wilcox, he helped promote it and help run records up there. Ernie Sparrow, he was a mini stock and mini late model race car driver up there. He won some races. Scotty Valentine, longtime mini sprint driver up there. He won a bunch of races. I think he was champion too, if I remember right. Richie Valentine, he won a lot of races up there, and I think he's a champion too, if I remember right. Roger Snell, he's definitely, I think he won 2 or 3 championships, multi-time feature winner up there. Steve Smith was a longtime promoter, part of the SWM group. Bill Pack won many races and championships up there. Bill Stearns was a car owner, crew chief, probably one of the most winningest crew chiefs of Thunder Valley history. That was our 2022 class. And then in 2023, we put in James Mount. He was a car owner, engine builder up there. He's won lots of races with other people. Bobby Jackson, multi-feature winner, track champion. Buddy Stearns, probably one of the most winningest guys up there. I couldn't tell you for sure the numbers. Herschel Harrison was a long-time record driver up there. He helped for many years. Greg Durbin, multi-time feature winner up there. They had the Greg Durbin Memorial Race in his honor. He was crew chief for his son, Blake. Helped out Sean and a bunch of other guys. Brad Parton, he was helped promote. He was on the fair board and on the event committee or something like that. Plus, he had records up there. So that was our 2023 class. 2024. So last year we put in Tony Ogle, longtime photographer up there. Also drove a race car there. Garnett Eldridge, a longtime racer up there, track champion. Joe Walker, many feature wins up there as a driver. Also crew chief for Peyton Walker. Don Walt, father Sean, I think he was 2-time champion, multi-time feature winner. Jim Walter Jr., probably another one of those guys that's at the top of the all-time win list and multiple track championships. Oh, I better not read that. That's this year's. So
don't read this year's.
2024. That was 2024. Those 5 were. Everybody that's gotten in has been well deserved. And like I tell everybody, when we start voting, it doesn't have to be a race car driver.
No.
Just somebody that made a difference in your Thunder Valley experience. We want to welcome any. So we got anything from promoters, flagmen, car owners, crew chiefs, drivers. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything going on there. So,
and that's what's cool about the Hall of Fame. It doesn't have to be a driver. Like there's so many people that put time and effort into a racetrack that they should get just as much attention as anybody else. So,
yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
I agree. That's why we did it. We didn't do it to just cater to one thing. We did it to try to remember the people that made a difference because, some of these people have passed away. Some of these people are getting older,
right. We
don't want their legacy to go away just because they're gone. So for as long as I'm alive, there'll be a sign up there that's got all these names on. And I meant to take a picture of it because it's been up there since 2022. We put it up there the first year. And then every year, which I'll show you guys later because I got the new one down here. Every year we had a little sign underneath it that's got the new class in it. So this will be what I thought was our 5th, but it's our 4th. So next year will be our 5th. This is our 4th year doing this and our 4th class going in. And this will make 21 names.
Yeah.
So we'll have 21 inductees at the end of the night tonight.
And I will say this because it's actually worked out great the last couple of years. So JT and I also talked about this. Last year we did the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame. That was our last show of the year. This year it's worked out to where it's our last show of the year. So we're just going to make that a concrete in stone. Every year, the last show of the year is going to be the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame. So 2026 class will be 1 year from today, so to speak.
Close one, yeah.
It'll be the last show of the year.
And that's my fault because I procrastinate and wait till the end.
But we really never really knew. Like we didn't really have a schedule though either. Like,
no, I always want to do it in the summer when they were racing. I really wanted to do it in the summer, but we're so busy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get all this stuff done.
I will say this. Now, I'm not trying to get any like bugs stirred up and rumors started, but if anything ever does happen at Thunder Valley, and if the track ever opens up, whether it's next year or 10 years from now, we have actually discussed when the track is opened back up, we will go to an at the track.
Like Brownstown
does. We'll go to at the track.
We'd love to have a Thunder Valley Hall of Fame night if possible.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
and we don't have any news on what's going on there right now.
No.
We're still in the hold process. Yep. So hopefully we'll have some news for you guys on that one of these days. Yep. But this show's not the one. So
we have zero more news to discuss about than we did last week.
Yeah.
So.
Still just waiting. But we should know something soon, I would think.
Maybe something will come for Christmas. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe we unwrap a
But again, we do want to thank all you guys that came and supported that because it did make a big difference in everything that's happening now. So I know I did that. I talked about it a lot last week, but still appreciative because it turned out even bigger than we ever dreamed it would. Right. So,
all right. So do you want to go ahead and say 15? You want to go ahead and roll into the 2026 ceremony?
Yeah, and
or 2025 ceremony?
Yeah. So I've probably got 40 hours in these 5 papers of information, but you get a bunch of information from your source, and then you got to try to get it all down into a page, and it turns into a lot. But reading is not my strong suit, so I'm going to read it the best I can. You guys bear with me.
I want to butt in just for a second because what's impressive to me is you don't have a desk job. You're a truck driver, and the fact that you have typed out that many words on plain white paper is impressive to me.
I've got a lot of time into it. But
I mean, because let me guess, you're like a hen and pecker typer, ain't you?
No, I type normal. I had typing in school, but I look at the keys. I can't do it blindfolded or nothing. But
that's impressive. So
yeah,
I just want to give you a pat on the back.
There's lots of spelling and errors and stuff, but I send it to the sources and let them proofread it before we read it. So
you did?
Yeah. I don't want to screw anything up. And there's a couple edits that I didn't I was supposed to fix, and I ran out of time. I've been doing. We had my wife's laptop. It's a little bitty laptop, and trying to get all that typed on that little sucker.
Ancient.
And then trying to get it to load back up. You have to have it plugged in because the battery doesn't work. Just dumb stuff.
Right.
So, but like I said, I'm not a very good reader, so you guys just got to bear with me, and I'm going to read it the best I can.
We got your back, buddy. We got your back.
Yeah. Zach's not here to criticize me, but
he would too.
Yeah, I can feel it from him. I can feel the pressure from him, even though he's not here. Ready?
I'm ready whenever.
All right. Number 1. Tony Trinkle is our first inductee in the 2025 class. Known for his dominance behind the wheel, along with his latest and greatest chassis design, Tony was a guy to beat on and off the track. Tony got his start in the mid-'70s racing oval and figure 8, but would also travel with his older brother, helping make starts in the ARCA series. This was a great learning experience and helped mold the future of his racing career. When the 80s rolled around, Tony's path took a different turn. He began racing in the MAORA Off-Road Association. He began building his own cars and flat dominated the 1600cc division, winning 2 championships and countless races. He was even able to compete in the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Series in the Seattle Superdome. In 1989, he would make his way back to the oval tracks, competing at Louisville Motor Speedway, where he would win 4 races his first year back. Then in 1990, he would take to the traveling mini stock series of Ohio, where he would grab another four wins. 93 and 94, Tony would try his hand in the Asphalt Modified Series, where he would grab a win at Winchester. And in 94, Tony would get a car from Ronnie Basham and win a super stock race at the Salem Speedway. While doing all these amazing things, Tony still found time to compete at Thunder Valley. Running anything from mini stocks to pro trucks, Tony was a guy that you had to contend with if you wanted to win. What he's best known for is his superior mini late model and pro chassis design. His cars were the best of the best, and if you wanted to win, you had to get your car from Tony. Tony's cars won many races and championships, and just to list a few, Alan Conway's car, 20-plus feature wins and a 1992 track championship. Bill Pack, 30-plus feature wins and a track championship. Jeff Maiden, 10-plus feature wins. Mike Davis, 15-plus feature wins. Bubba Trinkle, 20-plus feature wins and the 99 track championship. Buddy Stearns, 40-plus feature wins. Sean Snell, 20-plus feature wins and track champion. Roger Snell, 30-plus feature wins and multi-track champion. There are many more that I didn't list, but I'm pretty sure you have the idea. Tony didn't just build winners' cars. He offered help to drivers that just needed some guidance. Understanding that not everyone could afford the latest and greatest equipment, Tony would do everything he could to help the low-budget guy out. Whether it be advice or setup, Tony was the guy everyone gravitated towards. Well-liked in the pit area, you would have a hard time finding anybody to say anything negative about Tony. It's been an absolute honor to learn about Tony and all the things he accomplished. Sadly, we cannot get him into the Hall of Fame before he passed away, but I'm sure he's smiling down as we induct Tony Trinkle into the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to Tony and family.
Yeah. So Tony was one of those guys that I might have got to watch at the end, but I don't remember. I had no information on him personally, so I had to, and I didn't know anybody that would. So I got a hold of my buddy Paul Campbell, who kind of directed me to his son, which I believe his son's watching, and I think he's actually got 2 boys. They gave me a ton of information, gave us a ton of photos. Pull them photos back up so we can talk about them for a second. Yeah,
we can do that.
Some of them's pretty cool. That one on the top, that's a Thunder Valley car that he ran that he won with. I thought there was another Thunder Valley car on there that I sent you they won with.
There could have been, but like with the pictures and the way they laid it out.
Down. He was known. He ran a lot of asphalt stuff at the Speedway too, and I think he helped a lot up there with guys and ran and built cars for that too. But from everybody I talked to, whether it been Paul or the boy or his son, his chassis were very sought after, and my Uncle Buddy even had one. And Bud, that's the car that my Uncle Buddy won all his races, the 222 mini late model, where he won like 40 races in it. That Tony built that car, and Bill Pack was another big name that he built cars for. I mean, the guy built winners, and they raced long after he built them. So as far as I know, the last cars that Sean and Roger were driving were still the Tony Trinkle cars. So, I mean, you're talking cars that not only won when they came out the gate, but won for decades after. So I think that's pretty cool to be able to say that you built a car that was that competitive, that a lot of guys won and not just one guy, you know?
Right.
Like right now, if you was to compare him to Rocket right now, so if on the Rocket car on the National Series, Brandon Shepherd wins, but that's it.
Right.
Where he's more like a Longhorn right now, where people bought it and went and won.
Right.
I'm not saying you could just not be a driver, but that's just what you wanted. I would compare it to the Longhorn or the mini late models.
I think it kind of sets you out too as a chassis builder is winning years after like they're built or whatever. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. And he's still real talked about. And I can't remember what year he passed away, but people obviously remember him because he was the second most amount of votes this year. So obviously he made a difference for many generations.
Right.
To remember him. So you want to read some of them comments and see
if a
lot of people remember Tony. I think you'd remember him more in like the 90s and early 2000s.
Gina said, so awesome. Tony is smiling down. Dean said, hell yeah, Tony. Gina tagged Justin Tranquil.
Justin, yeah, that's the boy that helped me. Very helpful. Justin was super nice.
Sarah said, Bill Pack with a heart. Missy said, could happen to a better person. I raced with him in the MAORA.
See, when I was talking to Justin, that was the first I'd heard of that, but it seems like it was a pretty. He got to go to the. See, I mean that's a long way to the Seattle Superdome, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Bubba is his son, hell of a driver. Also, Carmen said, "Love my uncle, best of the best." Debbie says, "Hey, young men." Mike said, "Tony helped me with my first mini late model. I would not associate with Paul Campbell."
Amen.
He has 3 sons and 1 daughter. And Carmen said the X car was at Thunder Valley.
Oh, yeah.
So the X car.
So that's a mini late model too, then.
Yep. Oh, where'd my comments go? Here we go. 3 boys, Mike, Josh, and Bubba. He also raced off-road buggies at Thunder Valley.
I didn't know that.
Sounds like a well-deserved inductees. My winning car was built by Trinkle.
Randy won a lot of races.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. So, it was cool to talk about.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was really cool to learn about Tony. And I really liked that a lot of people remembered him and know who he was.
Oh, yeah.
He's passed, obviously. But cool to get him in there. And he's
Congratulations.
I will say, as the president, I know for a fact that he's got votes every year.
Right.
So, it's not like this was kind of a surprise one to me that I knew I was going to have to do a lot of digging to find the information. But luckily, we got a hold of Justin real early.
Yep.
Justin helped me, and thanks to Paul for telling me because Paul knew Justin. So very grateful, and congratulations, Trinkle family, and hope Tony's smiling down, and it's a well-deserved one. So very glad to see him in there.
All right, on to inductee number 2.
Number 2. Our next inductee has quite literally spent his entire life at Thunder Valley. Randy Lee Jr. has been a part of the track almost since its existence. After working in his father's body shop where he would occasionally paint race cars, Randy decided that he didn't just want to paint them, he wanted to race them. So he approached his dad and his dad's longtime friend, Michael Little, with the idea of helping him get started. Randy's dad proceeded to buy an old Impala off his brother-in-law, and Randy went to work. In 1985, at the age of 15, Randy took off to Thunder Valley Raceway with his old Impala. About halfway through the season, the car caught fire and left Randy's racing career in shambles. Already finding himself addicted to the sport, he went searching for a new car. Well, he found exactly what he was looking for and bought a proven winner in Steve Trabue's Mini Race 1 car. See, I'm not a very good typer either. He purchased the car and found out quick that he wasn't near the driver Steve was yet anyways. He would run the car the next couple of seasons and grab a couple top 3s, but would end up blowing an engine and putting his career at a halt again. Out for the hunt on another car, Randy would come to find that John Mole was selling a proven winner Camaro because he was switching classes. Randy worked a deal with John and would purchase the best car to date. He would win his first heat races with this car, but still just quite not ever get over the hump. TVR would experience its first shutdown after Raymond Weston moved on from the sport, causing a lot of guys to go to Brownstown while TVR sat dormant for a couple years. SWM would take on the track as the new promoters announced that they would be running a 4-cylinder class. Believing that 4 cylinders were below him, Randy would not jump on the bandwagon, but instead drive a record for Ronnie Wilcox. He would also take the responsibility of getting Katie Jackson's Purple Pinto to the track every race. Well, at the end of the season, there was set to be a mechanics race, And though Randy kept declining to drive it, Candy finally convinced him to race hers. He ran the race and found himself searching for a race car the next day. He bought a Pinto the next week and went to work. One of the first calls he would make was to cousin Tony Pumphrey, who had his own success in the mini late models. Tony and his dad agreed to help Randy, and they built 2 paint-matched cars. They would take first place in the best appearing cars in the mini late models and in the mini stocks. He would go on to get many top 5s that year, and he would go on to win several features the next couple of years with that car. He would later sell his stuff in order to get something different, but with race season fast approaching, he would find himself without anything. Luckily, brother Robbie had bought another mini stock and hadn't done anything with it yet. So Randy talked Robbie into letting him build it and race it. With the help from his niece Kayla, they went to work and got the car ready for the 2004 season. Their hard work paid off, and the car won every heat and feature that it was in that year, along with the championship. From 2005 to 2008, Randy would drive a modified for Tim Rivers, where he would win some features here and there. In 08 and 09, he would drive a Hobbs Bomber car and win a couple more here and there. But in 2010, his father would pass away, taking so much of the enjoyment out of racing. They would start a Randy Lee Sr. Memorial race in 2010, which got Randy rolling again. He wasn't able to win the first one out, but would proceed to win the next 3 events in a row. In 2013, health problems sidelined Randy, and after he healed up, he didn't buy another car. Just when he thought his racing career was over, a longtime friend, Dwayne Hildebrand, put him in the seat of a pro truck where he won the first time out. He would run trucks for Dwayne and Brian Woodward for a couple years, winning many races. Dwayne would give Randy his last race season in a super stock in 2013, where he would have another great year and even win a feature at Brownstown Speedway. With over 100 feature wins and multiple track championships, it's easy to see why we are privileged to induct Randy Lee Jr. into the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, Randy. But here, I want to let's read the comments. Mike said, I raced against the X-Cart, was fast. He was a big factor in my racing. The whole family did great. The whole family is great. Take after their daddy. Randy Lee, congrats. Congrats, Lindy Ree. Why am I getting on TJ? Congrats, Randy Lee. Congrats, Lindy Lee. Congrats. Okay, so here's the thing. JT sent me these pictures, and I know Randy's watching for a fact because he commented a while ago.
Yeah.
What is these 2 bottom oh, shoot. Dang it.
They didn't see that.
These 2 bottom pictures down here, what is going on, Randy?
Check out that hair.
Check that out. Like, that is knowing Randy for as long as I've known Randy now. Got the cigarette hanging out of the hand, and just the way he's standing next to it, that just looks like a race car driver, does it not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. And we're giving him a lot of credit as a race car driver, but like I said, he also ran a wrecker up there, and he was the groundskeeper for the fairgrounds for many years as well. Right. So Randy's been up there and been a part of Thunder Valley for a very long time. To win, and we were just estimating, but we think it was close to 100 races, between other places too. But he also won a lot of most popular driver awards. He's the reason that the mini stocks got to go race at North Vernon for the first time. Right. He got him invited to do that, and once he got him there once, they got invited many times. He ran the Bob Pierce modified for Tim Rivers, and then he drove out Hobbs Bomber, where he competed against Aaron Fields, Jeremy Helton, Jim Pfeiffer. I mean, you're talking like a really stout field of bombers at that time.
Stout,
and was still winning. So, really cool to see him get in. And I've known Randy pretty much my whole life,
right?
From going up there. So, I'm glad to call him a friend, and I congratulate him on that, because it's very well deserved, and I hope I did him justice there. I struggled reading through that one, but
Plus had to give him a hard time about the younger days,
right? And he's very appreciative of Robbie and Kayla and his grandkids. When I had to use him personally. I didn't get to make that one a surprise. When I talked to Robbie and his daughter and Randy, they're also appreciative of each other. So pretty cool that he was gracious and thanking everybody. And he was very grateful to Dwayne and Brian. He talked about them guys giving him rides. So, he understands that it's hard to do it by yourself, and he didn't do it by himself. So he was very appreciative. And I think it's another reason to put him in, because he's so humble.
Right. Randy, congrats, buddy.
Yeah. Congratulations, Randy. Glad to see it, buddy. You need to read some comments.
No, congratulating Randy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, we make sure, double check.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I think I see Michelle Ballantyne on there.
Right there?
Yeah. That's a long time Thunder Valley goer.
Yeah. All right.
Next one.
All right. I know, but
they didn't see it. It was fast.
All right.
It was fast.
There we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Our next inductee got his start in 1991 when getting to race for the race car legend Tim Cheeseburger Donahue. It was after this one race that Mike Bailey became addicted to racing. He would put his own car together in 1992 and race at the Sportsdrome in Charlestown Speedway. He would win a couple of races there in 92 and 93, then redirect his racing path. He would build a mini dirt late model in the offseason and set his sight on Thunder Valley. Not knowing yet that he would be starting a dirt dynasty, he would go on to the little 1/5 mile bull ring and find immediate success. He would qualify P1 and win 2 features in a row, finding his love for dirt racing. Mike would build a street stock and pure stock and start busting off wins, not just going to TVR, but to Bluegrass, Charlestown, Scottsburg, Chandler, and even Brownstown, winning big races at events like Figure 8 Madness, Brownstown Fun Fest, and even the Dirt versus Asphalt at the Sportsdrome. 48 plus feature wins over the next years would show complete dominance. He would win his first championship in 2010 at Thunder Valley, where he won 7 of the 16 races. Not only did Mike make his own car fast, but he helped a couple other drivers with success as well. Names like Garnett Eldridge, Paul Campbell, David Coleman, and Brandon Bailey all received help from Mike over the years. Mike is also a TVR driver that had a big following. A crowd favorite every time he rolled in the pit area. He didn't let Big Sexy's popularity overshadow his own. If you attend races today, you can still find Mike Bailey racing at multiple tracks across Indiana, competing in the ever-growing Crown Vic division. Mike is still finding success today, though his career and legacy are far from over. His accolades are already plenty enough to earn a well-deserved spot. For being a winner, a crowd pleaser, a driver, a mentor, and a champion, it's an absolute honor that we induct Mike Bailey into the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame. So before we take them pictures down.
No, go ahead. I wasn't going
that one car is a mini late model. And I think they finally got rid of it, but there used to be a little box trailer like that came off of a truck that sat in the pit area that had black and white checkered flag on it. And I didn't know till 3 years ago when my Uncle Bud came bringing in pictures that was like a little place that they took pictures at. But that's in front of that little box at Thunder Valley. And that's the mini late model he ran at Thunder Valley and won with. So that was really cool. The car I remember him most of, he didn't send me a picture of, but he ran a blue and white 5. One of them, he was with the Paul Campbell group, so they all ran them big long boats. You know how I feel about them big long boats, but they all were all about them long boats. So the car I remember him kicking everybody's butt in was that blue and white 5 car that he drove up there with Garnett and Paul. And I was not a big Mike Bailey fan at first because, like I said last week, I was best friends with Dalton Fleener, so Dalton was racing against Mike.
right.
So I didn't pull for Mike, but then after I got to know Mike, you couldn't ask for a more deserved guy. I mean, super great guy, very helpful, and just loves the sport of racing. And he's won everywhere and done some really cool stuff. He had a really bad wreck. I want to say it was at Bardstown, is that the one they called Bluegrass?
Yeah. Yep, Bluegrass Relay.
So there's a video of it on YouTube. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but if you watch that video, you would think that the guy probably didn't even survive it. But not only did he survive it, he went on to win a bunch of races after it. So really cool. Very proud to say I know Mike. I think that's a very, very well-deserved spot, and I look forward to racing with him in the future.
Yeah, so stand out here, the middle car on the left at Brownstown. Just that nostalgia of just a single number on the side, no sponsors. I don't know, like that just stands out to me.
Yes. Yeah, I won the Enduro 1 year up there at Brownstown, and he ran second, but me and him battled for a while, and I think the track was, you know how the Enduro track is, slick and crazy. We raced each other really, really hard. I don't think we ever touched, and I've always had a lot of respect for Mike just because I've never seen him rough anybody up.
Right.
And a lot of times back, in around 2010, 2008, those years, he didn't need to. He'd just pass you and drive on. So,
right.
And they did it, and like I said, they did it in the big long boats, which even made you feel worse to watch Dalton out there in that Monte Carlo, and you think, man, we're going to get him, and then them three out there floating them boats around like they're in Cadillacs. But very happy to see Mike get in. I think that's a great addition to the Hall of Fame, and he's really good friends with Garnett. We got to put Garnett in last year, so there's just one of the trio left to go. Hopefully we can get him in here soon.
Congratulations, Mike. Well deserving.
Got a lot of congrats.
A lot of congrats, Mike's.
Him and Randy both did.
Bobby Pumphrey said, winning all the car shows on mine. Tony and Randy car was all hand painted before Raps was painted by Randy Ewing.
Yeah, so Randy gave me 6 pages of stuff and I had to narrow it down into 1 page, but they actually hand painted the Taco Bell logo on the hoods of those cars. And Randy said it looked just like it, but yeah, they said it was all hand painted.
I miss the old hand painted days, which I know they can do so much more with vinyl and stuff now, but hand painted was.
I love watching. Sometimes you'll see a video on Facebook where somebody does one. But I love watching it. It's cool to watch.
It's very therapeutic, ain't it?
To watch it,
yeah.
It would not be for me doing it.
No, absolutely not.
I'd fling paint all over the place.
No, absolutely. Genius had asked Mike Bailey about the ham package.
The ham?
I don't know if we want to know. We might not want to know that.
I barely passed my DOT physical. I'm having a hard time reading those.
Daniel Sheeper said, congratulations, Mike. Fun racing with you at Thunder Valley. The few races I ran there.
Thanks for reading it out loud. Old Paul Campbell.
All right.
Yep. Congrats, Mike.
Don't knock the Impala crew.
Yeah. You guys got it done.
Don't be knocking them.
You got it done for years, but I knew that the tide had changed when Garnett came rolling in a metric car at Scottsburg the other day. Some boy, times have changed.
Yeah.
It became official after that. Of course, he hasn't had a bit of luck with it, and even Mike had that. I think he had a Monte Carlo there at the end of his pure stock thing.
The big old cars were war wagons.
Yeah. Man, they could make them things work. Them guys, and if you could get out front at Thunder Valley, just make her wide, and that's what they did. So
he said the ham package being used to bleed brakes.
The ham package used to bleed brakes. Yeah. I guess we're gonna get Mike on here so you can.
We're gonna have to get Mike on here one day.
Be cool to get the Impala gang on here.
The Impala gang. That would be a good time.
Is this the one you got next? I just flipped that right, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. All right.
2 more to go. Thanks for bearing with us. We've kept over 50 for a long time.
Yeah.
So
inductee number 4.
Ready? A mini stock hero takes our next inductee spot. David Fordyce got his start in racing in 1994 when friend Gerald Thompson tried to sell him a race car. David, leery of the situation, convinced Gerald to let him drive the car before making the purchase. Gerald agreed, and David made his first start in the middle of the 94 season. David would go on to buy the car, and I quoted him saying it was the slowest car on the track. He ran the rest of the 94 season in that car, but in 95, he would run a car that he bought off Brent Beavers. A much better car than before, David would go on to win his first race along with a couple more in 1995. Still thinking there was more to gain, David went out to be the best. After hearing the 1995 champ, Jeff Roll, was selling out, David decided that he would go and take a big leap. He bought the 1995 track championship car and set out to forge his own path. He would go on to win 20-plus races over the next decade, but in 2005, his son Austin decided that he would like to take part in the fun. So in 2005, Austin and David would embark on their first season of racing together. What a year it was. Both drivers would find their share of success, winning some here and there. And at the end of the year, David would find himself in a tight points battle with Devin Gilpin. David would race his heart out, but would ultimately come up 5 points short of the championship, giving it to Devin. He would spend the next few years trying to get Austin established in the sport, but somewhere around 2010, he would purchase a bomber off Richie Ballantyne and an old motor off Joe Humphrey. He would tackle the bomber class in its prime, battling drivers like Randy Lee, Jim Pfeiffer, and Aaron Fields. He would win 2 races in his bomber career and retire still being a winner. David did not only win races at Thunder Valley, but also won races at Linton and Lagodi as well. He also competed at races at North Vernon and Sullivan. Though they're into drag racing now, he can still be found today tinkering on race cars with his son, Austin. His years of dedication to the sport of racing and his support of Thunder Valley for 3 decades makes David an easy fit into the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to Fordyce, David.
I raced with, I I'm gonna jump in here.
No, go ahead.
I raced with Austin a lot in my racing career, and my dad and my uncle both raced with David a lot in their racing career. So I've known the Fordyces pretty much my whole life on that group too, and I've always thought a lot of them, and I think it's really cool to get David in there because he's been there for so long and been a staple, and he's one of those guys that's got votes every year and just couldn't quite ever get over the hump. And then this year he got in easy; it wasn't even close. So I'm really grateful to see it in there. And I learned some stuff that I didn't know. I didn't know that car they bought was Jeff Rock and Roll's 1995 championship car that set the track record and did all the great things. I didn't know that.
Right.
And after they bought that car from Jeff, I think they raced it up until they quit running mini stocks at Thunder Valley. I probably 15 years of it, close to it.
Right.
So that old Pinto, very well known around there. I asked him. So one of the cool things I asked him, I said, so I'm probably going to regret this, but why did you pick number 69? He said, oh, that was just in case I got upside down. They would still know I was 69. So
hey,
that took a positive turn.
that.
I was glad to hear that.
Right.
But yeah, he got Austin hooked into it. He's got a daughter, Charity. She raced with him as well. And his brother, Brent, and, the Fordyces were well known up there. So this is a well-deserved spot, and maybe one day we can get Austin coming back to the dirt track and get away from the drag cars, get back on dirt where he belongs, and even bring David with him. But
right.
It is still cool that they're still racing together after so many years.
So many years.
I mean, basically, if you went to Thunder Valley and at all in the 90s and 2000s, you've seen that 69 car. And even though David kept running the same one, Austin probably switched cars a half dozen times. So you tell where David spent the money on Austin. Shame Austin didn't turn out no better. But congrats to David, and thanks to Austin and David for helping me get all that typed up and the information. I didn't get to surprise him either, but some really cool pictures on there. Like I said, I don't know if I wish I'd have got a picture of it because we had a picture of Jeff Rock and Roll's car, but it really all they did was paint it blue and put a 69 on it. So,
right.
And found success with it immediately. So that was a good car.
Let's go through some comments here. A little behind.
Sorry, I got talking.
No. I mean, I'm behind. I didn't scroll up fast enough. Hey, what's going on, Levi? Thanks for tuning in. I got your Christmas card too, by the way. I appreciate it. It took Garnett Eldridge 15 years to build that car. Rodney Bruce had the Bullet car. Congrats, Mike Bailey. Oh, Weatherman's finally tuning in.
It better be raining there too.
It better be. Thanks. Mike said, thanks, guys.
As well deserved, Mike.
Well
Congratulations.
Mike. Bobby Jackson said, congratulations, David Fordyce. The first Bullet Light Mini Light late model was actually Brett Callahan's before Rodney got his built. He didn't run at Thunder Valley. He ran it with that Pro 4 class. Tony said, congratulations. Michelle said, congratulations, David. Congratulations to Tony and Trinkle and the Trinkle family. I have raced with both. They are a decent group of guys. Also said we did run that car all the way till it's dead.
I don't think there's been a mini stock season that car ain't been in Thunder Valley since 95 anyway.
Right. Yeah. Bobby just said, I just remember it being white. Congrats, David. Grateful for my dad making it in. Congratulations. Randy said, congratulations, David.
Yeah. Everybody that's got in has been well deserved. I'm really happy with this class that got voted in this year.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm not happy with other ones, but I just feel like this class is really, really, really good.
But this is what, and you're going to read a lot of names, like you said, that a lot of people are going to know. But the cool part about this is when you pitched me this idea in 2022, our thing was we wanted to do something for Thunder Valley drivers or whatever, or Thunder Valley people. But it's just amazing, like how many names are still on the list.
Right.
And this is going to go for hopefully years to come because
right. And every year I get
is full.
Every year I get somebody saying, well, I don't like the way you do it. Well, I've always offered it to them. If somebody wants to take it over and thinks they could do better,
right,
we will be more than happy to give it to you. But
we'll just
until then, I'm going to keep plugging it the way I do it. And I think we've got a really diverse class and I don't think there's a person that's made it that isn't well deserved.
Right. I agree. All right, you ready for
last one for this year?
All right, let's hang on a minute. Let's go back here. We're still here, and then are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you need a drink or anything? You've been doing a lot of reading.
I'm plugging up.
All right, here we go. Number 5.
Our last inductee used racing to replace his first love. In 2009, Chip Collier began his racing career after a longtime friend, Greg Durbin, convinced him to try it since he'd given up demo. Buying a Pontiac Sunfire, Chip set out to change the Hornet division. His iconic 74 fastly became a car to beat. Winning many races out the gate, Chip looked to be one of the greats. He won his first championship at TVR in 2010. That's right, 1 year after that. And then after that, he backed it up in 2011. Back-to-back championships in his second and third year. What an amazing feat, but he wasn't done yet. He would go to Brownstown in 2012 and win the championship there, and then in 2013 grab another one at Thunder Valley. Not to mention winning 35 races in those 5 years. He would also have gotten another TVR championship to add, but after a crazy season, he was in a three-way tie at the end with his best friend Tracy ending up with the championship after a tiebreaker. So 4 championships, 35 wins in 5 years. Safe to say Chip was top of the class. Later, TVR would take a hiatus, which left Chip's racing career at a standstill. After the track was revived, Chip would buy a Crown Vic and give that a try. Only running a couple races, he didn't get any wins, but always ran towards the front. Chip's love for racing also spread through the pit area, where he helped his friends such as Tracy Nicholson, Kira Leonard, Blake Durbin, and many others. Unselfish with his love of the sport, he was generous with his knowledge and positivity. His love for racing still exists, and you can find Chip at a track spectating when he has a chance. A friend, a winner, a 4-time champion. It's obvious that Chip has earned his spot at the table. It is my honor that we induct Chip Collier as our 5th and final inductee of 2025.
So when it comes to the Hornet class, I will say this. I don't know how you can't say Hornet class without the name Chip.
Right. How can you win a championship your second year out?
Right.
First off, and then follow with 3 more in a row.
The top right picture says it all, in my opinion.
And one of those being at Brown, and not the Thunder Valley championships are also new because he won 3 of those, but he also grabbed one at Brownstown,
right?
Where the best of the best are. In a time where you had a whole different breed. Not the Hornet drivers are great now. I'm not saying that, but you had Austin Burton, you had Greg Garrison, you had that blue and orange 95 car. I can't think of his name now. You had some of the greatest Hornet drivers of all time running that division back when they were all really close. Not that
close,
they're not,
close.
you know what
But,
I mean? Like they were all, the cars were really close.
Yes.
They weren't like cars that were in a whole different league. They were all very competitive. And he was very dominant at Thunder Valley for a long stretch. Well, I say long stretch, a 5-year stretch there where he just won it all. And I was racing there at the time watching him, and it was really something to see. And he's always been a friend of mine and super nice guy, very helpful to everybody around him. And you couldn't ask for a better person to get in. So congratulations, Chip. I hope you're watching. And thanks, Kira, for getting me the information. And I think Chip's girlfriend was helping her maybe. So thank you guys for all your help. But well-deserved spot for Chip. And congratulations, buddy.
Keaton said, "Hey, Chipper, let's go. Congratulations to all you guys." Logan said, "Wow, congratulations, Chip. That fellow helped me so much when I first started running Hornets. Congratulations, Chip. Congrats, Chip." Bobby said the 90s at Thunder Valley was one big family for sure. Him and John Mayer went at it 1 year at Brownstown. Heck of a battle.
Yeah, John Mayer.
Mayer.
That was I love watching. I still like watching Hornets today. I always stayed and watch them at Brownstown, but that was like prime Hornet years was when Chip was in there, and he was one of the guys to beat.
Right. Kira said when Chip's car was claimed in his class, he let me take a hold of the wheel in his car in the 16 under class. He wanted his car out there and wanted to teach. He was a huge part of my start. If I remember right, Chipper wouldn't have broke or had a blowout. Dad wouldn't have got his first Brownstown win. They ran 1-2 for most of the night. Most of the night that night.
Greg was racing a lot then too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a time to be a Hornet driver, and man, he was good at it.
And David said, congratulations to all.
Yeah, what a class.
Heck of a class.
You want me to show the sign real quick?
Yeah.
So
final congratulations to all the 2025 class members. JT's going to hold the sign up so everybody can see. This is what's going to be posted up there on the concession stand at Thunder Valley. There you go. Yep. Once we get up there, Probably soon. You know what you think?
Probably next week.
Yeah, next week it'll be put up there. So it'll be up there with the other 3 classes. So
Stop by and check it out. It's really
Yeah.
cool. Pretty cool deal. Like I said, all 5 of those guys, I didn't know Tony personally, but the rest of them I knew. So very well earned though. I learned so much about Tony as well, to know that his is earned. So like I said, I'm very happy with that 5. That was probably the first year that all 5 of them were known for driving.
right.
But Tony also built race cars, and a lot of them helped other guys too. So not just driving, but they all had driving experience. So congratulations to all of you guys. It's well deserved. And if you guys want to vote next year, get a hold of me. And I think I'm gonna read these here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Too, but
this is finalists too that were also noted.
The first. This is all I don't know if they can see this. This is okay. They can't. So I filled this whole sheet of paper up, 2 columns on the front, and then I filled a column up on the back of people that just got. So I call them nominees, but that means they got 1 vote basically. So I'm saying these guys got 1 vote and their names got remembered, but I'll read them to you. So if you guys want to vote for them next year too, you better write them down, because I'm not going to remind you, because that's cheating. Kurt Bennett, Alan Douglas, Aaron Fields, Ray Gotze Jr., Clarence Denny, Odell Fleener, John Harrison, Kathy New, Tyler Shelton, Danny Ogle, Doyle Adams, Tim Goodson, Lynn Ambrose, Shannon Walp, Bobby Puckett, Jeremy Hilton, Edgar Gotze, Don Fleetwood, Devin Gilpin, Rusty Smiley, Phil Gabry, Roger Rickenbacker, Will Greenwell, Chad Reed, Kyle New, Colin Ambrose, Kenneth Rowe, Chris Helton, Philip Fields, Jim Bauer, Misty Sullivan, Susie Hampton, Nick Bohannon, Jan Fleener, Carrie Lewis, Mindy Huffman, Dwayne Winiger, Kenny Ingram, W.G. Burton, Matt Reich, Richard Huffman, Jeremy Dixon, Roy Harris, Bob Walls, Danny Blackman, Grant Simpson, Jamie Hayes, Lacey Jarvis, Landon Hayes, Levi Hayes, John Jarvis, Mickey Hayes, James Tipton, Wes Tipton, Tim Tipton, Terry Cummins, Tony Farley, Marty Bruce, Alan Rubenthal, TJ Donahue, Skylar Ashley, Joe McLaughlin, Kevin Humphreys, and Ron Basham Jr. So those people all got a single vote, which is I call nomination. And then these people all got at least 2 votes. Most of them got 4 or 5 votes. It took 7 votes to get in this year. I take it back. It took 6 votes to get in this year out of everybody. So the people that got in got at least 6 people to vote for them, plus their nomination. So I guess, it'd be 7 then. These people all got a nomination plus at least 1 vote. Most of them got a nomination plus 2 or 3 votes. Corey Ritchie, AJ Felker, John Davis, Les Robinson, Steve Leonard, Emil Bennett, Jeff Helton, Dwayne Hildebrand, Jeremy Huffman, Butch Bennett, Tracy Nicholson, Chevy Goodson, Lee Hobbs, Paul Davis, Jeremy Hopper, Mason Fleetwood, Paul Campbell, Reuben Lewis, Rodney Bruce, Gordon Dixon, Jim Pfeiffer, Jim Walter Sr., Gary Day, Bo Hendrick, Steve Day, Ray Weston, Matthew Blakenbaker, Michael Blakenbaker, Jeremy Ingram, Tanner Huffman, and Derek Smith. So all those people got more than 1, obviously. So if you heard those names and you thought, man, that person should have got in, and you didn't vote, you are quite likely the reason that they didn't get in, because it was that close. I mean, a lot of these guys got 4 or 5 votes, so they were 1 or 2 votes shy of after their nomination to getting in. So if you think you want to make a difference next year, I'll post on my Facebook page again, or you can shoot me a message. I got a list at home that I keep everybody's name on that wants to vote on a regular basis, and we'll let you vote.
And next year I'll do a little bit better job on the Flag to Flag page. I'll get with JT and I'll say, hey, when do you want to open up voting? I'll put a post out, because I know you did it on your Facebook page, but
yes,
we'll put a post on the Flag to Flag page that says, hey, voting for the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame 2026 class is now open. Reach out to JT Huffman if you would like to vote. I think that will also help get the word out. And if you want to vote, get with JT. And
I counted, and I can't remember exactly, but I think there was 16 or 17 voters this year. So
yeah, Betty. So what will happen is, what we were just talking, so I'll put a post out. JT will put a post out somewhere at the end of next year, and then the voting will be open. So then you will just get with JT. He'll give you some rules to go by, send me so many names and whatever. and then that's how you vote for the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame.
And if you're a Thunder Valley lifer, I really need you to vote, because a lot of these old names, a lot of these people that almost got in, I didn't know. So help get them people in that deserve to be in. Because I got there in 95, but I don't remember anything past 2002. So.
And we don't really want this just to be a 95 and on deal. Like if you've been there all your life and people that were previous to that,
right?
Let's help get those people in too. So.
Right. Yeah. So really cool. Pretty proud to be a part of such an awesome thing that we got going. And like I said, we plan to keep it going for many years to come.
Right.
If somebody ever thinks they can do a better job, just get a hold of me and I will gladly pass it down, because it's a lot of work. Like I said, I've got 40 hours just in doing research and typing, not counting and countless hours I've got in tallying votes and sending out what it took to vote, and what I needed from you and all that. So I mean, you're probably talking a 50, 60 hour ordeal to get all this done. So if somebody thinks that they can do it better and take that time, I'd be more than happy to give it to them. But until then, we're going to keep rolling with it like we're doing it. And I want to thank all my sources again. I know most of you guys are watching, but without the sources, it would just be telling you 5 names. And I don't think that does them justice.
No, it don't.
And I really,
the way we do or you do it is I think great.
I appreciate it. And I really, really like the pictures, and I liked how Matt throws them together, but I really like looking at the pictures that people send me and seeing what it was, and compared to what I raced on, or, like a couple years, I think it was last year, we put it in Dawn Wallop and there was pictures of it from original Thunder Valley. Well, that's not at all how I've raced on it.
Right.
So it's cool. And somebody posted a video of Brownstown Speedway with Paul Crockett winning the other day. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's not the Brownstown Speedway I've ever seen. So it's really cool to see that stuff. So
it was a little bit flatter. It had the shack in the infield.
Yeah. It was
like
neat.
The old style, like down the back stretch was just like a metal barrier that had like an opening in the center of it, because you used to be able to go in the pits that way too. Oh yeah, I remember.
There was a tree in the infield.
Yeah,
in that video.
Yeah, that's
I was like, what in the world's going on? That was it's really cool to see that stuff.
That's old school.
Brownstown's obviously a little more documented than us, but people's got those pictures, so send them to us. So we love looking at them and sharing them. That one year we had a flyer, or not a flyer, they used to give them out. Program, yeah. And it was from 90. I think it was the year Jeff Rowland Championships in 95. And it was
wild looking at the older pictures.
It was cool looking at it. And back then they had, like, how you have your yearbook picture in your yearbook. They had pictures of the drivers and and it was just cool.
Yep.
And it was cool to see who won most popular driver. Of course, I'm a little biased to that because my Uncle Buddy won that a lot.
And most tracks used to have like the top 5 in points, like in their picture or whatever.
Yeah, I miss the programs. I know it's probably not economical to print them anymore, but
just think 30 years, 40 years from now, though, it'd be cool to.
Maybe we should, if we get to have the Crown Vic Dirt National, maybe we should make a program.
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Even if you had to charge like $1 for it or something, people would do that just to get one.
Yeah, but if you pay like the old programs, like you pay $1 and then you rip off the tab on the top and you put it in a raffle.
Yeah.
And then that's how people. I mean, I'd pay $1 for.
I still like looking at the old ones.
Something, you know what I mean? Like a raffle for a t-shirt.
They're cool. It's just cool stuff. But again, thanks everybody for doing that. You probably ought to read our sponsors too.
Hey, Brad, also too, we went through all that at the very beginning. I did see your comment. We went through the previous inductees at the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now thank you everybody for the support. I do want to go over a couple things though before we call it night. So, obviously, if anybody's seen it, I did put out a post about sponsorships. If anybody's interested in having their logo put on the TV behind us through the 2026 season, also to sponsor shout-outs throughout the show, please reach out to me, send me a message. We do have some people coming on board for the 2026 season that are going to be new. Some sponsors have fallen off for the 2026 season, and that's fine. But like JT and I were talking, we're going to 2026 season, we're going to have guests on. We're going to have, we got some new episodes or new segments coming up.
I'm excited about the segment.
We obviously will still have the JT, the Maverick late breaking news segment.
And if Zach and Peyton are available, they'll be dropping in time to time when they've got time to get in.
Right. They're just going to be kind of in and out, which is perfectly fine. I'd say Grant will be over some too on the show.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully, almost said he's check outside in the rain and then he'd come get it. Yeah, we're going to have some guests on, and then a driver has reached out to me interested in sponsorship, which is very cool. I had a great conversation with him last night, and he wants to do a segment on the show. He wants to sponsor this segment on the show. So
we're going to start a lot of the new segments on the next episode, right?
Yep, 2026 is going to start.
January.
And then JT
8th.
and I, January 8th. JT and I are going to have our own segment. I'm going to pick something. He's going to pick something.
I'm really excited about that one.
Yep. So we're really excited about the 2026 season. I hope everybody else is excited about the 2026 show season. I know I'm going to thank our sponsors for the 2025 season.
Yeah, and I got one more thing after that too.
We got T&J Demo to Reno, Dirt Track Outfitters. And by the way, Dirt Track Outfitters, if you go visit Dirt Track Outfitters, dirtttrackoutfitters.com, Flag to Flag Media Apparel is still on there. Trent does a phenomenal job for me. You just go in there, you go to the media store and all the Flag to Flag apparel. If you guys feel like buying something to help support our channel, support our show, whatever, go to dirtttrackoutfitters.com and get you some Flag to Flag Media merch. Kane Tree Service, Jerry Davis Race Engines, Birch Sewer Drain and Septic, Alexander Ranch, Jason Petmeyer Farm Bureau Agency, M2 Designs, Foam Solutions, Midnight Sports Gear, Greens Auto Sales, Laura Bennett Racing, King Construction Group, Honeydew Handyman, Simpson Roofing, P3 Graphics, TSR Chassis, Superheat Solutions. Shout out to Justin Shaw for bringing the Rayburn back at the Dome. That was pretty
cool.
sweet.
That was really cool.
Hoosier Auto Racing Fans, Jeff Mounts Transmissions, and Popbit USA. So I do want to thank all them sponsors for supporting us through the 2025 season. And yeah, they do a lot. They do a lot for us.
I got one more thing for you.
Go ahead.
So while I was sitting there trying to regain my composure after practice reading this 17 times, I was scrolling through Facebook, and today Dirt on Dirt released top 25 drivers, dirt late model drivers from Indiana. Did you? I
haven't got a chance to read it yet.
So well, I'm going to read them. Yeah, no, I'm going to read them.
Saying.
But they also released top 25 all time or not all time in the last, 2 decades or something, first quarter century.
Yes.
And they didn't have Scott Bloomquist as first.
Who was it?
I didn't get to see. I just seen he was third in the pictures. I couldn't tell from the pictures of the first two, but I think it might have been Burkhofer maybe. But I don't know how you don't put, and I didn't even like, that's like I'm an out wrong. I was not a Scott Bloomquist fan.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So, but I think that's probably, he needs to be in this quarter century, he beats Billy Moyer.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But yeah, so get on there and check that out. But I got the top 25 of Indiana, and I'm the top 5 is debatable to me. This is the top 5. Steve Case, Bolt, Scott James, Mike Jewell, Don O'Neill, and Hudson O'Neill. They're saying those 5 are the top best from 2000 to current, right?
Wow.
Is that the way you understand it?
Yeah, but that's...
Jason Jameson deserves to be in that top 5. And that's not just me being a Jason Jameson fan, but he has won some big races.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, who you think got left out?
No, Is
there somebody
Let me see it. Can I see it?
And I think, yeah, you can see it. I'll read the next 20, or you can read the next 22 if you want.
No,
but I think John Gill, that would have been the ladder of his career. So I think that's why he didn't get in.
Right.
I think his was the 90s and 80s when he had his success. So that's why I think he didn't make it in that group. But I really think Jason Jameson deserves to be in that.
Don O'Neill, I agree with 100%.
Yeah, I think Don and Huddy probably both deserve to be in that top 5 spots. Steve Casebolt won the dream, so that's probably a well-earned spot.
So then you got the next one. Can I read the next one?
Yeah, go ahead. You're a better reader than me.
Anyway. Next one, you got Mark Barber, Steve Barnett, Tyler Kane, Dwayne Chamberlain, Kevin Claycomb, John Gill, Devin Gilpin, Joe Gotze, Jeremy Hines, Jason Jameson, Greg Johnson, Cody Mahoney, Shelby Miles, Tyler Neal, Marty O'Neill, Steve Peden, Tim Prince, Kent Robinson, Chad Stapleton, and Sean Tosak.
I don't know that that's in order either. I think that's just
I don't know
because if they got Steve Casebolt over Don O'Neill, that's crazy because I think they had Casebolt listed first.
Okay, right here, honorable mentions. You got Steve Gossie, Sean Negengard, Jace Owens, Jason Setzer, Dan Sturgeon, and Bill Sheets. You can't put Dan Sturgeon as many races as he won at Brownstown. How do you put him on an honorable mention list?
Well, to me, and I guess it's probably.
Are you talking? Okay, so if you look at it from like a national standpoint, like your best drivers from Indiana, do you go that route?
I don't really know how they can. They've got every state listed.
I mean, if
in
Dirt
their
on
best
Dirt's doing it,
25.
you can't. If Dirt on Dirt's doing it, then you can't base it off just tracks in Indiana. You would have to do national. Like where they stand at on a national stage.
And
like Steve Casebolt won on a dream, like you said.
Right.
Scott James, Mike Jewell, Donald Hudson O'Neill have all raced at the national level.
Mike Jewell never won a national.
He
event.
never won.
And
a
I'm a big Mike
event.
Jewell fan. I'm
Right,
a big
yeah.
Scotts. I love the Scottsburg Express, but he didn't win a national race.
Well, John Gill should be up there then. Too.
Jason Jameson won a national race,
but he didn't win more than John Gill.
But we're going from 2000 to now. John Gill didn't win any after 2000.
But
I think if you went
it's
all time, John
debatable.
Gill would be in the
It's
top
debatable.
5. But that was a really interesting list. I thought it was cool to read. And I thought it was really, and I think a lot of it is probably because it's Southern Indiana, but most of them are Brownstown locals
Yeah.
or regulars.
Right.
So, but like I said, North Up's sprint cars. So really, I guess that only makes sense since they're from Indiana. But congratulations to those 25 guys too that made that list. I think that's pretty cool. And I want to read. I ain't got to read the top 25 national, but I'm hoping there's some Indiana guys in that.
I hope so too. Mike Field says, Michelle says, thanks, JT. You do a great job.
Thank you.
Gina said, thanks for all you do. Mike said, that was a good way to advertise in the old racetrack programs.
Yes, it was.
Nathan said, any word Thunder Valley and say on the reopening? We do not know anything as of yet.
Still waiting.
Gina said, how can I get an autographed JT Huffman shirt? Okay, I will tell you this, Gina.
Who said that?
Gina Riley. Any Saturday, if you go to like Facebook or the newspaper and look up yard sales, they're a dime a dozen at any yard sale around Washington County. So that's probably the easiest way to find them.
I think we gave away all of our leftover shirts. My mom does the shirt thing. I don't do that. I think all our leftover shirts got gave away at the Nationals, Convict Nationals.
Yeah. Are you doing any shirts for 2026?
We're planning on doing one with all my cars that I'm running this year on one shirt. That's our plan anyway.
Yep. So can she get an autograph one in 2026?
Hopefully, if we get an order in, like I said, my mom handles that, so I've got to deal with a really, really hateful merch lady. But I'll see what I can do.
She that bad, huh?
I love her. I wouldn't trade her for nothing.
Yeah. Man, what a great show. I'm glad everybody tuned in tonight. I know we was up to 60-some viewers at one time. So the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame means a lot to us. JT came up with this idea back in 2022, and we see how far we could take it.
Really, the Hall of Fame means a lot to me too, but Thunder Valley just does.
Yes.
And that's why we had a race there. That's why we've got the Hall of Fame there. It's a track that will always be special to me long after it's gone.
Right.
But yeah. Thanks everybody for their support towards it too.
There's just some places that are special.
Oh, definitely.
And that's one of them.
I mean, and everybody's got there's people that feel the same way about Twin Cities as I do Thunder Valley.
Right.
So I get what those people are feeling.
Right. Do you have anything else for tonight? Do you have any late breaking news?
I don't
Or we
think
want to save that for the
I don't think I do. I did see that Chris Madden's going to be the Infinity.
Yep, Infinity
House car driver. I thought I think that's a good move for Infinity.
If he stays.
Did I see anything else this week? I seen the car count for the Tulsa shootout. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
The Chili Bowl car count goes up every day. Keith Koontz entered 10 cars this week.
I forgot to mention that. Levi, I'm so glad you brought that. I meant to mention that last week, and I totally forgot about it because, I mean, to me, that's an awesome award. Flag to Flag Media did win the 2025 Harf Dick Jordan Bill Garner Media Award winners.
Right.
So I'm assuming we're going to be going to, well, I know I will be. I don't know if you guys are, but you're invited to the banquet in January. So we can go up there and accept the award if you want to go.
Just give me a date and see if I can get that in.
Yep. So thank you, Levi, for bringing it up. And
thanks for letting us win it.
And that is, we were nominated and we couldn't do it without the fans because people that watch us ramble on every other week.
I mean, it's just usually a group of guys arguing and you guys tune in to watch us argue. I got a message from Brandon Norman this week about Chase Briscoe, and they're still on me about that.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Ford, I think he's talking trash. I can't read it. I got to get some glasses, I think.
If they open sale, I'm coming specifically for you, JT, just because you want me back so bad.
Well, Austin, Some people just belong on dirt, but I think if you come from me, you remember how it went the first time, you know.
I know we also discussed that. Like if Thunder Valley was to reopen, like with so much competition around now, it would be like a 1 or 2 time a month deal. Even if it does reopen, it's not going to be a weekly thing.
Not right off the bat, anyway.
Yeah, you got to kind of ease your way into it, you know.
Yeah. I think he should go back dirt racing, though. Drag racing is not for him.
You don't think so?
No. He's got the same problem I do. We like to rig stuff up, and I don't think you should do that and then
not
go
drag racing.
120 mile an hour.
Right. He said, I'll follow you to the front every week.
You better follow Dalton, not me.
Thanks, Jeff, for the congratulations. All right. We're going to probably cut out here for the night. So remember, January 8th, we will be right back here in the studio.
New
Episode
segments.
103, an all new segment.
Good segments, 2 of them. Oh, I can't read it. You're going to have to read it.
You can't read that?
I'm telling you, I barely passed that.
He said, I'll be back. Dalton sold me after the Crown Vic.
Good. That's where he belongs.
Yeah.
Man, I cannot read none of that. I feel like
Thanks,
an
Mike.
idiot.
Appreciate it. Nathan said, if Thunder Valley does reopen, rotating a few classes might be an idea. It's definitely going to have to be like the discussion we had was you got to figure out what tracks are running where, then or what tracks are running what classes. Then you got to figure out what night they're running. So technically, in order to make it work, you're going to have to take advantage of like Brownstown, so to speak. You're going to have to take advantage of their off weekends. Classes they're not running. That's when you would run them.
My advice to the promoter was, and this isn't, I'm not trying to start a battle or nothing, but I told him not to run anything bigger than a pure stock.
Yeah.
To get going anyway.
Yeah.
Because I've seen what running the 3, I don't mean to call them smaller classes because they're not. The 3 more popular budget cash is popular local classes. That's your bread and butter. The crate cars do not pay for. I did the math. The crate cars do not pay for themselves ever at Brownstown. Never do they pay for their own class.
But I will tell you,
the pure stocks down do pay for themselves.
But I will tell you this right now, hands down. If you're a true race fan, especially on the 1/5 mile bull ring at Thunder Valley, if you run Crown Vics, Hornets, and Pure Stocks, because that's with 3 classes we ran, you're going to see some of the best racing if the track is right. You're going to see the best racing out of any class you can run up there.
Yes, and
hands down.
And I've seen some really good, really good super stock and modify races there, but they would have to be willing to race for a lot less money.
Yes.
And I know that they struggle to race for the amount of money they do now.
Right.
And it's nothing against those guys because I was a super stock guy and I loved racing at Thunder Valley. But when I did the math, Steve was losing money with us. The only thing that might have been helping Steve is how many people that me and Travis brought in the stands and in the pits for that rivalry. But you're not going to get that consistently. So
not like you are with the other 3 classes.
Right. Now, if you could get a sponsor to come on once a week for a class to bring it, then I think run a crate race or run a mod race. But
one-offs.
A crate, if you go to Brownstown on a regular night, a crate class doesn't bring a bunch of people to the grandstands to cover them.
Right.
But I do love watching. My best friend drives a crate car, and
it's a great class.
Sometimes he lets me work on it, and I love the class. Right. And I love being around it. I go with him when he goes to Circle City, and when he goes to Florence, I try to go with him. And that's one of my favorite divisions to be around.
Right.
I almost like it more than supers, but it's hard to make it as a promoter to make it make sense.
Right. All right. That's all I got. JT, you got anything else, bud?
No, like I said, I do appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all my sources and appreciate all Thunder Valley support consistently.
Appreciate everybody. And we will see you all when the next flag flies.